Hey TBC Kindle, I'm Brother Tyler, and we're here again today with another Kindle Daily Devotional. Today I'm going to talk about how God is always with us, and I'm going to read from Genesis chapter 39, verses 1 and 2. And Joseph was brought down to Egypt, and Potiphar, an officer of Pharaoh, captain of the guard, an Egyptian, bought him of the hands of the Ishmaelites, which had brought him down thither. And the Lord was with Joseph, and he was a prosperous man, and he was in the house of his master, the Egyptian. So continuing in the story of Genesis, and specifically in the story of Joseph, we see that he has been purchased by the Ishmaelites, a couple merchants that were going down to the pit he was cast into. If you remember from yesterday's devotional, he was cast into a pit because of the suggestion of his brother Reuben and also of his brother Judah. He was cast into a pit, and his brothers sold him to these merchants, to these Ishmaelites, and they brought him down to Egypt. And so that's where Joseph is right now. And it's really interesting how, sometimes we go through things and we're in a pit or a cave, whether it's, mentally, emotionally. I don't know if I can ever say that I've literally been in a pit, like a literal real life pit, and I'm like stuck. I've never had that happen to me. But sometimes we get into these caves, these emotional pits where we feel like, we can't do anything right. We feel like nothing's going our way, that our days are all falling apart. And I've been here. I'm human just like the rest of us, and it's not an uncommon thing for us to have emotional struggles or mental issues, because we're just a prisoner of what's going on. We're a victim of circumstance. But what's so awesome here is that as a child of God, Joseph is described as God being with him. Joseph was sold into slavery. Joseph was sold into servanthood. But God was with him through the whole way. And even though Joseph was thrown into a pit where there's no water, he's thirsty, he's alone, he doesn't know what's going to happen to him, he's scared. We may find ourselves in those kind of situations where we don't really know what's going to happen to us. We feel like everything's going wrong. Like, for me personally, recently I've had a really hard time finding a job. And I've been having to give that worry over to the Lord, because I need to be able to pay off my school bill before I can go back next semester to Indiana Bible College. And I've had that worry in my mind, but I've had to cast my care upon the Lord, because I know that he's with me. And because I trust him, I know that he's going to make a way even where there doesn't seem to be any way in my life right now. So I want to encourage you today to continue steadfastly in the Lord, continue in his word, and especially in prayer, because, it's good to be able to read the Bible and to read a chapter or something, but don't let this relationship with God just be something where you check a box off of a list. I tell you guys to pray and to read your Bible, but don't make it only about a checkbox. This needs to be a real, authentic relationship with God, because that's where you're going to find the true value of walking with the Lord, is that there's a beautiful relationship that can take place. And that's possible because God is with us all along the way. Now, I hope I gave you some encouragement today, and I hope I've blessed you at least a little bit. Thank you so much for watching this devotional today. I will talk to you guys again tomorrow. God bless.